We're going to blop your cods. What?
Blop your cods?
Like to blop a good cod or two. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Xbox Tavern's Xpod Tavern pre-show with the Guest.game. Ross, Graham, how are you? Are we ready to rock and roll?
Very well,
ready,
yes.
Ready and raring to guess this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does look like it should be one that we should get fairly quickly.
I'm sort of 50-50 at the minute. We've been led astray before.
Well,
So-
I'll put it out there, seeing as I'm the youngest, so if it's anything older than the game I'm about to say, I'm fucked. But it strikes me as very Super Mario.
That was a consideration I had. I would say it's definitely a NES game. But
Definitely
whether
NES
it's
game.
Super Mario, I don't know.
I don't think it looks Mario-ish. I think
Okay.
It's
getting
definitely
like partial, like those kind of. It could be a kidsy kind of one, like Kirby or those ones, but I don't think it's that. I don't think Kirby had this kind of style.
Yeah,
I was tempted to go along like a
if it's
route.
If it's NES based, I'm out.
But I
That
don't
was just before my time.
Castlevania had a bit more detail than this.
It did. Well, let me start typing. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the original one maybe we sort of because I'm thinking of like the SNES and the Mega PlayStation ones, but we can give it a try because that was my thought as well. But 9.
Oh, that's Dizzy.
Okay.
Dizzy.
Well, which one though? I haven't heard. It's not a name. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, do the.
Dizzy Prince of.
No, the one underneath. Do the Fantastic
World.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy.
Nope.
No. Oh wait, no. I recognise them.
Original platform PC.
Yeah.
So not NES.
PC. Oh.
Oh, see now that's throwing me off. Actually, I was thinking like
different ones, but
Big Dope.
The 2 again.
92 on Metacritic.
Dizzy. But yeah.
But wait a minute, if it's on Metacritic, it can't be that old,
can it? A more modern one, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, Undertale. Is that this kind of game, was it?
The kind of. I don't think it is Undertale. I haven't got a better guess.
Oh, no, it says PC only, though, doesn't it?
It was original platform PC, which was Undertale.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I don't think it is, but let's go for it. 9.
Wow. Could they have put any more genres in?
It is. It's a mixture of things. That's what Undertale is. It's that where it sort of keeps changing and changing. It's like loads
Action, adventure, compilation, puzzle, sports, 2D scroll. Jesus fuck.
There's one in there which is giving it I think I know what it is, but UFO 50, has anyone heard of that?
Nope.
No. It came out a couple of months ago. It's basically a compilation of pretend video games from like the 80s. So I think it's like 50 games in it. So that word compilation is for
they are.
Jay coming in with a clutch.
Because that's what that was. Because that's what I said. Go back to 2 because that looks like Dizzy, but not full on like Dizzy. Yeah. And as soon as you said there's actually because that looks like a piss take of it.
It's sort of I think they're based on like obviously the games like you were saying like Dizzy and Castlevania and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the guy who made what's it called? Spelunky.
Oh, okay.
And it's just made up 50 like imaginary games for this pretend console that never existed, and they're all
they look it's like proper Commodore looking games.
Yeah. Okay, UFO 50. Great success. We did it.
I've never got that name, but I definitely would have known exactly what sort of game it would be. Like I said, it's like a mismatch of a load of different ones.
I think if they hadn't added the word compilation in there, I would have been shafted, but that just set it off. But
I don't think those other pictures would have helped.
No, my Edge subscription comes in handy once again because it was on the cover a few months ago as well. That's the only reason I know the name.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. There we go. Great success, UFO 50. Guess that .game. Join us over on Discord. You can guess that .game as well and put your scores in there every day. Yeah, good game. Good fun. What are we up to now? 918. Not bad. You've got lots to catch up on if you're behind. Ross is very behind. He was doing so well for a little while.
I was, and I fell off a cliff.
And then, and Graham, as you said, you changed your device.
I know, I'll be back on it.
What did you... do you mean you got a new phone? Or you just... Yeah. You got rid of your fold one?
I will be, yeah. It was just... It's called the S24 Ultra. So it's a
big boy.
It is a big boy. So quite a big old wide-ish boy.
Okay. Not a fold one as well, I'm assuming.
Not a fold one. No.
Okay.
So it's so usually when I get my upgrade, Cheryl takes my old one, but she was not interested in the fold one. And where it was like the fold 4, it wasn't like the modern enough for it does not weaken over time. So as you expand it up, it's got like a little bubble in the middle where sort of it just lifted over time. So apparently that's quite common in the fold ones where it's just the nature of the technology.
Have you seen that Huawei fold one?
Yeah, there's a new one. It looks like you can't even. It looks seamless that you can't even see where it folds.
But it's like how many screens has it got? 4, because it's got like a front screen.
Yeah.
And then so you look at it like a normal phone, and then the back folds out to become 2, and then the front folds out to become 3. Yeah. So you've essentially got like a tablet. It's cool as fuck, but it's like £2,500.
But it's that and the integrity. You've got to make sure those hinge joints, like you really sort of got to preserve it. So,
Chinese manufacturing's top quality, isn't it?
Well, pretty much everything's manufactured there anyways.
Well, Korea's
nothing to compare it against.
Yeah.
Well, against Korea, I suppose. Yeah, South Korea with Samsung stuff.
But I suppose the important question is it an Xbox?
Probably.
See, we're wrapping it back round.
I like it.
Every device is.
And on that note,
let's get into the video games, shall we? Yes. Hello, good evening, and good welcome to the main Xbox Hammers X-Pod Tavern on this wonderful Sunday evening. I'm Jamie, and I am once again joined by the one and only MPV Graham. Come on in, MPV Graham.
Good hello.
Good hello to you. How are we?
Okay,
he says, pretending we haven't already spoke several times today.
Yeah, a few times. Good hello, and this point of the day.
Good hello to the evening. Ignore my background special guest there. And we've also got Scottish Chef Ross coming in. Hello, Scottish Chef Ross.
I love the 30 seconds standing at the camera and then goes, and now I'll duck down and sort of hide off the camera and try and shuffle across.
Tactic.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are we? Right, we did our Guess the Dot game. Great success. We did it.
Whoop, whoop.
Team effort. Now, we're going to get into other video games, including Project Game Pass. Let's talk about Project Game Pass, because last week we played some Call of Duty Black Ops 6 COD Blops. Flopping the CODs for the win. We love a bit of COD Blops. Get Project Game Pass is where we pick a game from Game Pass each and every month. This year we're doing only multiplayer stuff. Probably going to carry on next year if we're honest. But
it's working out very well. So.
This month COD Blops. Last Sunday instead of a podcast, which is what we do every Sunday 8 p.m. Except for the one Sunday where we play the game we've picked. So we played some multiplayer, about 2.5 hours. Got some good fun kills, I think, gentlemen. Let's go to Ross first, I think, because me and Graham, I think, spoke about it last week. That was your first attempt at multiplayer, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, yes, and it's probably the first multiplayer I've played since like Modern Warfare 2. Probably like the old Modern Warfare 2.
The OG 360 one.
Yeah, because usually multiplayer COD's just not my cup of tea. But no, I fucking really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good. I think
it was good because we all sort of contributed. We all sort of held our own.
Yeah, there was no, apart from that one game where the guy just
absolutely red
kill streaks and helicopters and shooting the nuclear strikes and that. It was fairly well balanced, like we were saying before.
I mean, what was there 4 games that we came down to like 1 point between the games?
Yeah, I think the first game when it didn't get recorded because the stream didn't kick off, but I think it was something like whatever the score was, 100 to 99, and it was sort of back and forth the entire way right to the last. And pretty much every game we played could have gone either way to a certain point.
Even that one that was like the abandoned train cars, like they were leading. like the very last second, and then somebody got a kill, or I don't know who it was, but got a kill, and that gave us the win. It was like last minute clutch type idea.
And there seems to be a lot of that. I've been playing quite a bit on my own. And me and Graham, and especially because Pete played this past Friday as well for a few hours. And no matter how much experience you have playing Call of Duty, whether it's you're an elite player or whether you're maybe not elite player, but if you're somewhat competent to you're sort of doubting yourself you end up with what did that guy have, Greg? Like a 0.07 kill ratio.
0.07.
0.07 on one.
He had 2 kills and 57 deaths or something like that. So it was like 0.02.
What?
At that point, you give up, right?
That's the extreme end, but generally everybody sort of, like you said, was holding their own. And
I think most of the night we all sort of were loitering around the sort of 1 KD.
Yeah.
The whole sort of night. I mean, I know there was a couple of games where Jay was up at almost like 3 KD. I got a couple of games that were like 2 and a bit KD. But most of the night, nearly all of us were sitting there 1 for 1.
Yeah, no, one game in that one, I think I got to a 0.45. That was one of the sad occasions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was one with the elites, but there was one where it just wasn't happening.
No. Some of the ones are not. Like that very first one we played where we were like in the police station. Well, I say it was police station. I don't know if it was police station. But it was like, we just got fucking rinsed.
Yeah. Yeah, but like this map we're watching here,
that was a good map. I really like that map.
I really like this particular map because it's got some decent like hot zones, like that cafe where you are now. Is like a real point of contention. As
that's we by here now. The movies,
and then there's a part out the back as well, which sort of they're all sort of interconnected, but there's like real focus points, and I really like the flow of this particular map. Again, names, I don't do map names. I couldn't tell you any map name I've ever played in my life, I don't think, but I just really enjoy this particular map. And again, playing with the 4 of us, was it 6v6? Is it teams?
Yeah.
So even though obviously we would end up with a couple of randoms as well, it never felt like we were struggling because we couldn't communicate. We weren't communicating with them. It was everybody was holding their own. Everybody was chipping in. Everybody's getting blown away and then coming back and avenging everybody later on. I think I've played a lot of COD multiplayer. Mainly again, like you said, in the 360 days. But I think this is probably going to end up being one of my favourite ones, possibly.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it.
It's not often like I reviewed Cold War last year. No, not last year, sorry, the year before. And I played the multiplayer on that for maybe a week or two, and I got bored of it. But this one, almost every day I've been playing, even if it's just a couple of rounds here and there, just for an excuse to get on there, because it's lots of fun. Graham, you're not normally like you said a multiplayer shooter person, especially not Call of Duty, but you're enjoying it as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely sort of a Call of Duty. The first one I've ever kind of got into. Sort of the others, I don't think I even kind of played even the last 3 or 4. But as this one was, as in day one in Game Pass, you couldn't not try it out. And I mean, it's gone with the times. It feels very, very clean and sharp, and the sort of the 120 FPS makes it a lot better on a console kind of play. Sort of, it's challenging, and it feels a bit more fair than what I used to get with sort of Rainbow Siege. Sort of you just have to sniff at them and they kind of you die on Siege. Whereas this one, you can endure a couple of hits to sort of at least fight back before you get downed. And it's so fast paced. You get right back into the action, and you can get some kills. Even like the worst players can get some sort of kills.
Yeah, and like you said, with the hit, like time to kill, I think it's called, isn't it? There's been so many times I've found where I've been sort of running down a corridor, or whatever, start getting shot, and I've still got time to sort of do the Omni movement, duck and dive, turn around, fire back, and 50-50 chance of actually winning rather than being absolutely destroyed because they got the first shot off. It feels a lot more balanced, and like you said, the 120 hertz. I don't know if it is making a difference or not, but it's a very smooth game to play, no matter what you're playing it on, I think. Being able to instantly respawn, to keep going and go. Apart from that one mode which we played the other night, which we'll get into in a second, but it's straight back into the action, and it's it's brilliant. And as you said, Game Pass I think maybe helps that because it's bringing in players who aren't just the Call of Duty players, so maybe that's helping to balance out the overall multiplayer of it. So you're not just going up against people who've gone out and spent 70 quid on Call of Duty because they know they can play it. They're actually, everybody's jumping in and giving it a go. And yeah, I'm having a great time. I think it's one of the best games, multiplayer games we played this year, definitely.
I think it helps that it prevents camping as well, because you know where the person's killed you, so you know exactly where they're hiding. You can tell your buddies where they're hiding, and it just leaves very, very small room for camping. So you're forces everyone to get involved in the action, and you get constantly shot in the ass.
Because you get constantly shot in the ass.
Because if you stay still, they know exactly where you are, and you can fully expect a grenade to go into your hiding spot. If you try sitting still for at least sort of 20 seconds, a grenade's coming your way. They know exactly where you are. If you're camping a line down, they go, actually, we know where that guy is. Let's lob a grenade right there. And then to make sure they've moved.
There was in this particular map again that we're watching now, where the cafe is, there's like a little awning out the front. And so I've seen so many people sort of get up there, crouch down and just sort of try and snipe everyone. But it never lasts because then next thing there's grenades, like you said, just flying over at them.
The only place that I found when we played it that had any sort of camping was the map that had the jet fighter and you could get up on top of the jet.
Yeah.
That was the only place that I see. And then even at that, like if somebody's good with a grenade, you're getting wiped out. But you had more chances of sort of hiding up there and sort of shooting down between the tail.
Yeah. But then you're exposed.
Massively.
Yeah. This really really good sort of balanced set of maps. There's one map I don't like. Again, I forget the name. What was the one we were playing the other day? And we all went, oh, not this fucking map again. Do you remember, Gray?
Is that the one with like the houses? It's like the two houses either side with like the lorries sort of parked in the middle. And it's like you can go around the houses or you can go literally into, it was just that. It's just a block of houses like either side with some lorries in the middle. And it's just chaos both sides.
Yeah.
And they just kept, there's so many spawn kills as the map was so small that they just stayed around your area. You get killed by the person, and 5 seconds later, they kills you again. Is that what is happening?
Yeah, and I think as you said, like the spawn kills, because it's so rapid fire, I don't know if there's an easy way around that, because it's not like people are sitting there waiting for you to spawn. You just happen to spawn where everybody's running around because they're all over the place constantly. There's been loads of times where people have spawned right in front of me, or I've spawned right in front of people. And in that moment, it's like, for fuck's sake, again. But then 10 seconds later, you sort of the tables have turned and you're getting a drop on them. But it's tremendous game. I'm having a great time playing it. Anyone touch zombies?
No.
Is anyone interested?
I've been scared to start zombies because you've slated it that much.
I mean, well, maybe it's different in this one, but I never have enjoyed zombies in any Call of Duty I've ever played. So I've just avoided it like the plague.
It's not just like Horde.
Yeah,
it is, but
you unlock different foreskins or something.
What I don't like about the zombies is the way the zombies are. Like, at least in Horde, like you're fighting other soldiers and locusts, whatever. But they just, I don't know, they don't feel fun to fight to me. They just feel annoying, and I just don't want to do it. Like,
just elaborate. Why? Why are they end up with zombies?
Because
zombies.
It's almost like
they're dead.
It's almost like they just swamp you, and like I think it's probably the same reason why you don't like Left 4 Dead.
That's because it's CAG.
It's just relentless. They're just not a fun enemy to fight because all they do is just run straight at you.
No, I will not take that back.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's different in this one. I've just never ever got on with zombies in Call of Duty at all. So I'm quite happy sticking with the multiplayer if we play again. When we play again, I should say.
Yeah,
we definitely get.
Definitely a win, not enough.
Yeah, so we even got Special Guest Pete. There's video proof of Special Guest Pete playing a Call of Duty and enjoying it. So much so that he's been playing it on his own. He tells us.
You got to say a prayer for sort of Ian as well. He's chomping at the bit to get involved.
Oh, I know. Bad.
I should have said Millerman is not with us again. His internet was the cables were cut outside his house by an installation company, and it's been nearly 2 weeks now, I think, in it, and he's had no internet, so he missed out on the Call of Duty our gameplay. He missed out on this tonight, and he missed out on the times we played Call of Duty, and then we didn't stream it. And he is probably like the most interested person to actually play Call of Duty, and he can't play it yet. Sorry, Ian. We love you. We'll get you in there soon. But we're definitely going to play some more. Ross, quickly tell us about the campaign stuff you've been playing before we move on to other stuff.
I've finally committed some hours to it. I've just done the shockingly, an open world mission, which I was like, what the fuck? Why is there an open world mission in Call of Duty? Spoilers, not telling anything about the mission.
They mentioned this already. We've already spoiled it once before.
Yeah, so I was just like, what the shit? Why, like, this is just bizarre to me. So I've done the whole part of that, and then I've done the mission that then leads into. So I'm now back at like little safe haven after finishing that mission.
Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about this open world mission because it'll be interesting. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, skip ahead 5 minutes, whatever. Did you do all of the side stuff? So you unlocked all the extra bits. So you unlocked the chopper and the bomber and
mortar.
Mortar. There we go. Thank you. I didn't realise that you got to carry them over to the next mission. So I was, I'm not can't be bothered to do all these. So I'll just carry on. But then I ended up doing it anyway because, I mean, open world. Why not? Let's get him there. It's well worth doing. I enjoyed the mission afterwards just because you get all the firepower to play with.
My only stupid part of that mission was I didn't realise that if you destroy your car, if you fast travel back to the relay station, like the main base, you get another car. So like when my car got destroyed, I was just like this.
I mean, it's not the biggest open world, but it's far too big to be running from place to place.
But I'd only done like 4 of the objectives by this point, so like opposite ends of the map, I'm like, let's go, got this shit.
Yeah, I must admit, my car got destroyed, and I did a little bit of running, and I was like, that can't be how it works. Surely. There must be a way to get a car. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go back to the base because I need some ammo anyway.
You know how there's one part in the game, one part in the mission where you get called back to the base? That's when I found that you could get another car.
That's some. No wonder it's taking you so long to get past it. That's a long. It took me like an hour with a car running everywhere. It was a good little mission. A nice sort of change of pace.
Just while we're on the subject, while the gameplay's on, this is my favourite mode that we played. Kill Confirmed.
Oh, is that with the HPVs?
No, the Kill Confirms where you've got to collect the tag for the kill to count.
Oh, yeah. No, we always get put with people that don't understand that concept.
Yeah, no, I really like that mode because like you've got the tactics sort of side of it where you can deprive their team of getting kills by getting to the tags first. Oh, yeah. I love this mode. This is by far my favourite mode.
But we'll play against people who don't pick them up, and we get people on our side who don't pick them up. I'm just currently always running through it, like picking up bloody tags left, right, and centre. It's like, why is nobody picking these fucking things up?
Yeah, I must admit, the first couple of rounds when we were playing it, I was just shooting people and then running away, and then I'm like, shit, no.
There's a bit more to it.
Yeah, it's definitely the best mode for just like instant action, like you were saying, like because of the fast respawns and that, and obviously trying to then get the tags. Everybody's just bundling into where they can see them on their sort of heads-up display. Like there's a bunch of tags over there, fucking bombard it with grenades and get in there. I like that. I really like the HVT one as well.
Yeah.
It just offers up something a little bit different. And what's the mode that we were playing, Gray, that we were going to talk about? Where it's more.
It's bomb operation, but I don't know what the one's called. Where you have to plant the bomb and you get. It's like you only get one life in each round, and basically you have to take turns planting the bomb. It's like first to 6 rounds. That one was quite intense. So Jade lied to me on that one. Said no, you do respawn. Man, gung ho into it, got killed straight away, and goes, you have to wait for the round to finish to respawn.
Yeah, I don't think I'd enjoy that as much because I'm really enjoying the fact that like you're in, you die, you're right back into the action. It's just
but the rounds don't take that long.
It's
quite a quickish kind of. The rounds were quite short.
You know, like sometimes with Siege, if you go down early and you're waiting for the game to finish.
It's not like that at all. It didn't feel like that. So that was my annoyance with the Siege game. Anyway, if you're CAC, then sort of you have to wait a long time to come back into it.
Yeah.
But this one just felt a bit more fluid the way it kind of ran, because like you either plant the bomb or you got to kill everyone. So there's like 2 ways of winning it. You don't have to plant the bomb. You can just kill everyone and you win it anyway.
Yeah.
Or you can plant the bomb and hope that they don't manage
and then lure them into it.
Or dead, it was good fun. It was this map we played on, actually, wasn't it?
It was this
the stadium type idea.
Yeah, and this was the only one where I sort of came into my own with it and got us 3 final kills, like it was a 1v1 situation 3 times in a row, and we were 4-1 down.
Yeah, we ended up winning 5-4, wasn't
it? Yeah, and then the same thing happened. We were down. It was 2v1, like me and Jay against them, and I got killed, and Jay got the last last piece. You got the kill and defused the bomb.
But yeah, that Graham truly was the MPV of the football stadium /
But don't get me wrong, it ended there. Joe was literally MPV almost every other game.
You had your moments. That's all that matters.
He was still MVP in that one, even though I did all of that. I still wasn't. I still didn't contest.
It's the fact that there is photographic evidence. He's had a 1, 2, 3 in the podium stands at the end of the night.
That was that match, I think.
There you go then. See, that's fucking clutch.
Damn right. Yeah. But it's been. Yeah, lots of fun playing this. I'm having a great time playing Call of Duty.
I am shocked I've got such high praise for a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, I didn't expect to...
Yeah, I probably thought I was going to enjoy the campaign, but I didn't think I'd be sitting here waxing lyrical about how good the multiplayer side is.
Yeah, 100%. I thought my Call of Duty multiplayer days were done.
I've never had them.
Now, yeah, like I said, I can't stop playing it. We've got Happy Cloud Gamer in the comments. Hello, Happy Cloud Gamer. He's with us. Only plays single player Call of Duty. But I think you should give it a go. Happy Cloud. Definitely give the multiplayer a shot. It's on Game Pass. What the hell? Give it a shot. It's tremendous. I mean,
setting best value in gaming.
Almost. They have dropped season 1 now, which has added some new maps and
a 60 gigs of fucking download.
Yeah, lots of updates. I do have a season pass because I've got a copy for review, and I've got some of the skins. Some of them look like proper edgelord bollocks, like some guy with almost like an amber nectar type face with all sorts of sharp angles and all sorts of. I've got like a samurai sort of. Fuck off! That's none of that nonsense. But I've got a girl with fire hair and fire weapons. That's what you need.
Well, I'm not shooting down the samurai sword idea. I can't be a bit of samurai sword action.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the designs of the Black Cell operatives, apart from like I said, the girl with the fire hair. But so they brought Nuketown back. I don't like Nuketown. That's the one other map I'm not a big fan of. But I never have liked Nuketown.
I've not heard a lot of popular things about Nuketown, if I'm honest.
It's been in every Call of Duty for years, as far as I'm aware. It certainly was in Cold War. And because of that brings out like the real like it plays every day player who just like it comes up in the random selection down in the corner and everybody just picks it. Fucking get off of Nuketown, just play something else. There's lots of other much better maps. But even then, I'm still having fun, even having to play that Poxy map.
Yeah, well, playing that game with the 2 prestige ones where they're just literally the guns were just killing you just by even sort of grazing you. That made me feel like I was playing Siege again against some elite players.
That was when we played the other night, wasn't it? Yeah,
that was absolutely horrible.
2 players who I think had prestige because they had the symbol button next to them. I think that's what it meant.
I mean, how do you get prestige already? I mean, fucking hell.
I mean, I don't know if they were cheating or if they are literally just that good, but just couldn't touch them. And every time you ran around a corner, just what they had to do was sneeze in our general direction, and we were getting fucking owned.
Dead. And there was the guy that was like dressed up like a cyber ninja who had like a handgun that was firing like a machine gun.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Absolutely rapid fire. I mean, again, we're not claiming to be the best Call of Duty players in the world, but that was either another level or there was some shenanigans going on. And I don't know which it was, but other than that,
as long as they can keep the sort of skill-based matchmaking good.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely had a balance. It was definitely win some, lose some, and the ones we did lose, some of them were kind of close. It was just like 1 in sort of 3 or 4. You just get absolutely bombed by some super players, and you just they just ruin the experience for everyone. It's like you don't even stand a chance. You can see they stick out like a sore thumb when they've got like 60 kills and like 4 deaths.
Yeah.
It's like, clearly you're in the wrong game.
Yeah, they sort of snuck in somehow. They're not even particularly high level either, which makes it even more suspicious. But who knows? I don't know. But other than that, great game. Really enjoyed my play. We'll play some more again. Maybe we'll play some this week. I don't know. I'd quite happily play it at least once a week from now until it gets boring, which at the minute hasn't achieved that level yet. So we'll keep going. Keep playing some more Call of Duty. Good Cobble Up 6. Oh. And then once Ian joins us, then we can be like, I'm bored of this now. Let's move on.
Yeah, we're not playing anymore.
We'll play it again in a year when Ian's ready.
Yeah.
Been out for a year.
This might be actually one of the few Game Pass games where he gets it out of the way when he's meant to get it out of the way.
Maybe we'll see, won't we? We'll see. See if
Won't hold my breath.
First, yeah. But yeah, so we've all been playing a bit of Coblops. Great stuff, good stuff, enjoyable stuff. Ross, before we talk about more video games, I'm gonna mix it up. Give me some plugins, sir. I need to calm down after that.
Do you want some plugins this early?
I do.
Oh, plug the blops.
So we are partners on YouTube. So if you'd like to become a member, you can do it for the low price of 99 pence. Gives you access to our After Dark shows, which I believe Jay has a very interesting show lined up for tonight, if I'm led to believe. Correct?
I mean, we can give it a go tonight, yeah.
I'm game for that. Apple and Spotify podcasts, if you jump over there, leave us a wee review. 5 stars would be greatly appreciated. CD Keys affiliate link. So if you use our affiliate link, which I will pop up on the screen just now, if you use that code, it will take you to the CD Keys website. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give us a little kickback on anything that you spend when you're on the store. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. Jay will have a full list of them later on in the show. Socials have been run on the bottom of the screen, so you can find us on all sort of major networks, whether it be X, Blue Sky, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You'll find us at Xbox or at Xbox Tavern Official. As Jay was saying to the listeners in the pre-show, if you want to jump over to Discord and give us your scores for Guess the Game, that is the place to be doing it. And last but by no means least, insert coin. If you use promo code XBXTVRN, you get £5 off orders over £50. And that is valid until December this year.
I still need to pick up the Life is Strange beanie from Insert Coin there.
Yes,
every time I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, should we do it? Should we do it? I'll wait till there's a few more things and sort of get everything shipped at once, I think. But
get me Black Friday deal.
I mean, Black Friday is also coming up very, very soon indeed. But yeah, go to insertcoin.clothing.com. What's the code again, Ross?
XBXTVRN.
Nice. Do it. Right, thank you for that. I sort of had to wangle in a quick little plug early, I think, this evening. So we can talk about some more excellent video games. Graham and Ross, I'm going to pass the floor to you because you've both been playing that there Dragon Age, the Veilguard.
That the Dragon Age game.
And I haven't, other than making my character. So, Graham, your review's up now.
Was it all right, yeah?
Yep, sorted, all good. It's up on the xboxtavern.com right now. Spoiler for the list later on. So, please, the gentleman, the floor is yours.
Yeah, in short, I'm actually loving it. It's a great fun. It's brought back everything I kind of enjoyed about Dragon Age. Storyline, good. Gameplay, decent enough. The graphics on it are sort of amazing. Sort of all the different kind of maps and areas are all kind of flashed out and look amazing and stunning. And as you said, the hair, spiffing.
The hair. Oh, I've just created my second character. And she has long hair, and it's
and lovely. So even for for review purposes and stuff, I created 2 different characters. One my one was a rogue, my actual playthrough, but I had a quick glance through as a mage and a warrior just to see what they kind of look like. And I think I sold myself out because the mage looks way more fun to play.
Oh, the mage is what I done my first playthrough from, and if you use like the spell blade, it's fucking incredible.
It's like they got a shield, they can switch from like 2 different attack styles. It's like, this looks way more kind of fun and like less limiting, whereas the rogue, I'm sort of dancing about, ducking and diving everywhere. And like the warrior can switch between sort of a sword and shield and a sort of a giant hammer.
Yep.
So they can mix it up too, so they can block attacks a bit easier without having to roly-poly everywhere. And their attacks.
You get to be Captain America as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can sort of launch a shield or like some sort of magic shield at them as your sort of range attack, and yeah, it's quite varyingly different kind of things, and you get 3 subclasses per kind of class that you pick as well, so you can mix and match, and yeah, you can change it each time. There's no penalty for sort of like resetting all your skills and going down a different path. So if you get bored of one subclass, you can just scrap it and go a completely different direction with it to mix it up. And if you're really that sort of butthurt about how your character looks, you've got a magic mirror who you can just change how your character looks halfway through the game as well.
Yeah.
So you really can sort of keep things all kind of mixed up and fresh. And like I said, like other Dragon Age games, you've got massive kind of game-changing choices in there, which really impact this kind of the story. And so it really sort of adds to that kind of replay value, because you can see how it unfolds the other way around, and how it could have gone if you went down these kind of paths. And so they've always been kind of good enough to add that kind of part into the game to sort of give you some decent replay value. And yeah, they've done it pretty well in there. I mean, I know there was a lot of whinging about one of the characters in there and how they kind of acting around sort of being politically correct and everything, but it didn't bother me one slightly, because it's a fantasy world. It really doesn't matter. The fact it's like a giant horn-based canary species as well. It's like, what do you need to believe? Is it like really suspending belief? It really doesn't matter. So yeah, you just sit back and enjoy that kind of story and the sort of the different kind of ways it can go. And yeah, there's so much different content, puzzles, side quests, everything's kind of there. And I think you and Pete said you kind of did around a 60-hour kind of mark. I'm in like the 48-hour mark, and I don't think I'm sort of anywhere near the kind of end.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of content to be had. So it's always good when a game has that kind of beef to it.
I mean, I'm sort of torn with it, because obviously you know my love for Mass Effect, so I'm kind of glad they're sort of full steam ahead with Mass Effect, but at the same time I would have quite liked to get more Veilguard.
Yeah, I know what you mean about having extra content in there, but like I said, when you've got a variety of different kind of decent games in your upcoming window, it's quite hard to commit to all of those different kind of angles. But you're right, it would have been decent to have more extra kind of content to sort of
even just like
out of this game.
Even just like a New Game Plus.
Yeah.
I'd have liked
a New Game Plus.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. Not that I ever would have played it twice to start with, but I just figured there would be a New Game Plus or something.
I just like a wee carry over.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely enjoying it. And yeah, I can't wait to see the end of it. I'm happily going to play this through to the end, and I'd sort of have a consider it sort of replaying it again. Usually I like to leave it a little bit before going back into it. So we'll see. The maze look quite a lot of fun to play as, so I might be tempted to sort of go back into it and play it a bit differently, as a different kind of personality, a bit more aggressive maybe as a
I think with
mage.
I think with the Dragon Age games, mage has so I usually play as warrior or mage, especially in Dragon Age, because you've got like the Templars, the mage type. That was where the whole premise of like the second and third game was. So I always was dragged towards it. So I've never really ever looked at being like a rogue.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I seem to miss out on these games is you don't get to be a rogue. I think was it yourself or Pete that was saying you don't get to be a pew rogue, which is
yeah, Pete said that. Yeah. He always liked to be a pew rogue. I just, because I always pick warrior, I always do it. So vanilla when playing through these kind of ones. I thought, stuff it. I'll try it. I'll mix it up, be a rogue. But it seems to be one of the harder ones to do, because that was my only kind of minor gripe with it. Because your companions don't seem to die, the boss always just targets you.
Yes.
And probably the other kind of minor bit as well is that if you don't get told that an area is probably too high a level for what you should be at.
Yeah, you just go and then you get rinsed and it's like, shit.
Completely. Well, you don't even get that. It just takes so freaking long that you thought, if I'm going to be there, I'm going to be fighting this thing for at least another 45 minutes, and I just don't have time for that bit. And it's just not fun, because there's just like the boss is just constantly targeting you, firing shit, constantly go and go, and your companion's like chiseling like 1/10 of a millimeter damage off them. It's like you're doing at least a millimeter each time if you hit them, but to be able to hit them, you need to take a breath, aim your arrow, fire it at their head to do maximum damage or crit damage, which takes off like a millimeter, and then you don't get that time to sort of do it. The more health you get down, they get a bit quicker. They start throwing more stuff at you. They regenerate their shield. It's like, more health to knock down. It's like, this is only because I was like level 26, 27, and it was a level 35 boss. And it's like, so I was like, this is just ridiculous. I was like, I can't commit another 40 minutes to this battle and just to lose it, because if I lose it right towards the end, something's getting launched. I was like, stuff it. I'm just going to reload my save, just not go into this fight, because yeah, they could have done with you're not ready for this kind of level. Or this could be like ultra challenging. I was like, okay, I'll come back when I'm ready. They kind of missed that bit out. It's not like you can't do it. It's just
or
like
even
you have
I would
to commit a bloody long time to be able to do it.
Because it usually just tends to be the bosses in the area. So even if like the little group of enemies before you got in were like too high a level, like you noticed that like, you were struggling against them, you'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be in this area. But it's like you're fighting the normal enemies and then you rock into the boss area and it's like it's got the skull next to the fucking health bar and you're like, ah, shit. Yeah. Mistakes were made.
So that could have been done better, that's all. But they were only my kind of gripes about it. It's just the fact you can't. I mean, some of them do have skills to draw, like they taunt the enemies, but it lasts for like 5-6 seconds, and then they're back on you again.
Yeah, you maybe get like a couple of unbothered hits, and that's it. And then next thing you know, they're fucking chasing you around the arena game with fire and lightning.
And it's only good if you've got like the time parry skills like you have in bloody wrestling games. Otherwise, that kind of level deflection is quite hard for a rogue. Whereas a mage, they just whip out a shield.
Yeah,
the warrior, they whip out a sword and shield, and it's like rogue. Oh no! All you can do is deflect. There's a lot of roly poly for me then.
The perfect defense, good roly poly.
Yeah, so that's the only difference. Like with previous games, that you had like was it Stonewall and Raging Bull or whatever. Those guys like, proper sort of drew attention, but they sometimes got downed. That was the whole point. You know, you had to try and keep them up, or keep them healed, and that kind of thing. Whereas this time, it's like, well, I can't kill you, so I'm going straight for that guy. That guy I can kill. That's me.
I genuinely don't think I've seen any of my...
I don't think they can go down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think I've seen one of my companions go down yet.
Which is confusing, because I swear some of the potions go an area of effect, sort of radius to increase. I was like, who the fuck else am I healing at this point?
Yeah, just throw it all at me. That's the only one that needs it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't need more radius if it's just me. Does that kill more of me? Yeah.
It lets you move around a little bit while you're still being healed, I suppose. But
yeah, so that bit I didn't get. But like I said, it's fine. I mean, they're minor gripes, but as I've said, if you find it too difficult, you can knock the difficulty down and play it that way if you really sort of struggle with the combat. So there's always a way around different kind of things. It just would have been nice to have a little warning. This is a higher level than what you're capable of, so you know to sort of come back later. But yeah, most of the other stuff, you just have freedom to go sort of do whatever kind of side quest or companion quest or other quests you want to do. And most of the levels are pretty big. I think I mentioned in the review, it's not open world, but it's not pure linear. It's kind of somewhere in between.
I quite like it.
And so it means that, there's quite a large map, but you don't see everything. You have to do more bits to be able to unlock other parts of the map. Sometimes, a companion might be able to unlock a certain area, or progression of the story lets you unfold more of the map to explore a bit further. So it's cool. So, yeah, high praise from me. I mean, I've seen mixed things, as I said, on the internet about them complaining about how it's selling and everything else, but I don't know why. I mean,
I don't get that either. It's like,
if it was like horrific, then I'd understand, but it's nowhere near like Star Wars Outlaws. I could kind of see it. I mean, although I kind of enjoyed it, but though you could see the bugs, they could highlight quite obviously all the different things that were wrong with that game. Whereas this one just seemed a bit odd.
It's the agenda. That's all it is. It's literally.
Are you telling me that people on the internet are complaining?
Well, yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Idiotically complaining as well. That's what pisses me off.
I don't believe you.
It needs to go where it's warranted.
But then, like, obviously, I know this. They're saying like the numbers on Steam, because like I use Steam as a better metric, because with Steam you actually have to have played X amount of time in the game to be able to leave a review. So at least these people are playing the game and then having their thoughts on it. But like, I genuinely like, even like taking out my appreciation and enjoyment for the Dragon Age series, I can't think of something that's wrong with it. Like, I'm not saying it's like the best game that's ever made. I'm not, because the things that it doesn't do to the best level that's ever been done. But at the same time, it doesn't do anything bad. Like, nothing about the game you could put your thumb on and go, that's really shit.
Yeah, I think the only thing might be that could be annoying for new players is that for anyone that's not familiar with the series, might get a little bit lost in the story.
But that's the same as to be expected in any big series RPG.
Coming in the fourth entry, you got to either know your shit or be prepared to be like, who's that?
But I mean, even looking at Skyrim, how many people know the story of like Oblivion and Morrowind and things like that?
But you don't know if it's a carry-on. With those, they do feel like you could play them standalone. They don't feel like a carry-on from the previous series. Whereas this one, it blatantly is.
Yes, carry on a 3, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So I don't think you can compare it to the Elder Scrolls kind of games, because they could be played standalone without needing to know what the other thing was about.
All right, Mass Effect. You wouldn't jump into 3 without knowing the story of 1 and 2.
But they give you like a sufficient enough kind of backstory of this one. You just know that there's kind of this guy that used to be a friend who's now a bad guy, and
or is he? Whoa.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it, so I don't know. But that's the vibe I'm getting.
But yeah, but that's said. That's as bad as it kind of gets. It could be a bit confusing for someone that doesn't know any of the kind of backstory or lore behind it. But as you said, it could be the same with a lot of these kind of RPGs. It helps to play the previous ones to know. But if the last game was 10 years ago, it's not like you can go back that easily to play some of them.
And like another part, sorry, Jay, for cutting you off.
No, go on.
Just one of the parts, and it's not a story spoiler, Gray. I don't know if you've got to the point yet, but there's a meme going around to do with a certain scene in game about the character that's causing all the aggro.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a scene where they get misgendered. And then the person like apologizes and then does like a wee silly thing. And then like it makes like the people who are complaining say it's making a big song and dance about it. But it's people who's taking a very still shot of what the moment is and making a big deal about it. Whereas they actually explain in game that it's nothing to do with the making sure you call them by the appropriate pronoun or whatever it is. It's how that clan deals with an actual issue.
Yeah.
And it's like one of these things where it actually shows more sincerity to the action that they are saying, not just anything to do with that specific era. You could have lifted that scene and made it about anybody and it would have still made sense. But people are jumping on it for the fact of, oh, look at whether they're trying to force this agenda down your throat and trans rights and trans people and fuck off. Just enjoy the game. They've got fucking horns on their head, for fuck's sake.
It's a giant
magic dragons
demon lady
who hunts dragons for a living, who breathes fire.
Yeah, like, does it matter what? It's like, do they even? Why would they even have kind of gender?
I'm sorry if she's a chick with a dick. Big fucking wow.
It's like you said, anyone can take any little clip of something, and I did see that clip, and out of context, it is a bit like what? But like you said, out of context with that tiny little clip. So, and even if it is out of context and it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, doesn't matter. Just fucking enjoy the game or don't play it. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
And it's the same.
I watched it. I was like, huh, all right. But
their quest line is fairly. It's sort of split. They've got one big part of their quest line where it's against like a certain enemy, and then like the second part of their quest line is discovering their identity, like who they want to be. So yes, it is part of the story to an extent, but it's not shoved in your face every 2 minutes. It's like explaining to their mum how they feel about themselves, and that's really it.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it's quite
the entire 100 hours is entirely
that whole thing. Yep. Yeah. You don't get her you don't get they until what 40 hours into the game, 30 hours into the game, but the whole game is all just about that.
Woke nonsense, outrageous. Not playing it.
But at least they made it kind of current with people suffering kind of those kind of concerns about themselves. So it's like it's not.
I could understand if this was. I could understand if it was the first time it ever happened in any video game ever. It's fucking happened in the Dragon Age series.
Yeah.
This isn't even the first trans character that's been in the fucking series.
But as you said, anyone's looking for any excuse to get angry about whatever there's no need for it whatsoever. Basically, look directly down the camera now. If you're upset about this whole stuff on Dragon Age,
stop being a cunt.
Stop being a cunt. Fuck off. Go
be
and
nice.
Hashtag be nice, you cunts. Just fucking go do one, yeah.
Also,
just enjoy yourself.
And just because I'm on more rant mode for it. Fuck it. See in another BioWare game. See if Jack in Mass Effect had claimed to be a male. Do you think there would have been the same uproar? Because Jack's universally loved. Everybody loves
Outrageous.
Jack.
Outrageous.
But Jack could have quite easily turned around and went, "Yeah, I identify as a man," and nobody would have batted an eyelid at it because it's Jack. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's unfortunately the loud minority who are just being #cunts. So yeah, fucking do one. Go and jerk each other off or something somewhere. Get in the fucking bin and just enjoy video games. Fuck's sake. Still out.
What's this? Go and jerk each other off.
Well, they got to have something better to do than complain about a video game online. You might as well go huddle in the corner together.
The usual actions of the butt.
And just go fuck off.
I'm so angry. I need to check someone else.
Wankers. They've got to put their energy into something constructive.
Fucking assholes.
Just go.
Right, Daniel, clip that part, please.
Someone out.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, that's enough jerking each other off talk for one evening. So yeah, what was I going to say? Dragon Age, sounds good.
Get it played.
If you like me, you won't know the story anyway because you played about 10 hours of Inquisition and give up 10 years ago. So you can just get in and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, it sounds like it's the second best Dragon-based game this year. So we're in. We're in.
You can stick your dogma in your hole.
I was going to see what other Dragon games were relevant. I don't remember any other Dragon games.
Only the greatest game of the year.
That one.
Was it a Monster Hunter game that came out or something?
Only the greatest game of the year. There's some sort of open world RPG actually with dragons in it.
Capcom's Dragon's Dogging.
Oh, it was Shadow of the Erdtree. That's what it was with Bale. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, I mean, it could get Game of the Year.
Curse you. It's not getting Game of the Year.
Could do. Game Awards have added the category, or expanded the category to allow DLC and expansions. And
yeah, sorry. I thought you meant your game.
Oh no, Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to get Game of the Year.
No,
but
the Game of the Year's not been released yet. It comes out in 3 days.
It does. They're having a big old reveal video party.
Fucking buzzing.
And then we got the full one. What's it? Is it the 7th of December this year? Why is that date in my head? Or maybe that was last year.
Was that not Indiana?
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Indiana Jones is 6th of December.
6th of December.
You're talking about that.
Stalker.
That's what
Game Awards 2024 in fuck me. Sorry, December 12th this year.
Is that the cutoff?
Yeah. No, that's the actual event.
When's the cutoff?
So, I think it's I think it's when they announce them, isn't it?
Oh,
so in a couple of days.
So that means that Stalker can't get into it.
Stalker's out of a window, as is Indiana Jones. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, more video games. Nearly an hour on video games already. But we've got more to talk about. So, what have I been playing this week? Literally nothing.
According to this, Red Dead, but I don't know if you've updated that.
No, it's because I am still playing Red Dead.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure.
I'm having a great time. Like I said, I don't know. If you played Red Dead, I can't remember, Ross.
No, I haven't played it. I started 2 and then got to the snowy part and went, fuck off.
Yeah, so you got to the start of the game.
Yes.
No, I'm bored with it. Yeah, I think a lot of people...
It took me fucking 3 hours to traverse the snow and I was like, nah, I'm done.
The first game that, like I said, last podcast a couple of weeks ago, they re-released it on PC with support, not necessarily remastered, but remade, remastered. So 4K, 120 frames, HDR, all that sort of stuff. Looks tremendous on a decent screen now. Runs beautifully, even on my laptop here, and it's still one of top 20 games of all time. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's the story's great. John Marston and the whole sort of redemption angle of it. The open world, although it's a lot smaller than I remember back in 2014, whenever it was it come out. It's still just a lot of fun to explore. There's lots of little side missions and sort of random characters to meet and sort of side stories that, I mean, it's a bit weird and wonderful with some of them. I'm in Mexico at the minute, which is you're trying to get involved in a sort of a revolution. So you sort of play both sides of the military and the sort of rebels. And yeah, I'm just loving it. I think I'm up to nearly 20 hours already, and I really should be playing new games that I haven't actually played, but I'm just going back and playing Red Dead again because it's, like I said, definitely one of my top 20 games.
Wow, high praise.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, the first Red Dead was decent. I remember that one. Not Revolver, Red Dead Redemption. Anyway.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Yeah,
and it comes with the PC. I might pick it up.
Yeah, on PC. I don't think it's especially expensive.
You said, I'm sure you said last week it came with Undead Nightmare, is it?
Undead Nightmare as well, yeah. So you get the base game and the DLC for whatever it is on Steam, 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. And yeah, if you haven't played it before, it's well worth a play. And if you have played it before and you want to replay it, this is definitely the best way to play it if you've got a PC sort of capable of doing it. But yeah, really good game. It's one of those ones that I think it will be one of the ones I'll play every few years just because
every day.
Yeah, it's
ever.
It's a great game. I want to finish this and then I want to start the second one at some point soon.
Or and just hear me out here, you could play Veilguard.
But that's the problem. I'm still halfway through Tears of the Kingdom. I should play Veilguard. I've still got Dustborn on the go. I've still got.
What you could also play is a little known RPG game. It's not that big. It's called Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I'm not playing Baldur's Gate. That ship has sailed, I'm afraid. There's no chance in that.
It's fucking fantastic.
I'm sure it is. And, maybe when I'm retired, if I ever get to retire.
5 years' time.
And you've got 95 hours to put aside to play.
And yes, and got to go to Florida for the 6th time in the year.
Yeah.
And he reloads every time he fails a dice check.
Oh, what is he, Pete?
I'm absolutely not. But yeah, Baldur's Gate is past. That ship has sailed for me, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to play games I've already played again. That's a sensible option, I think.
Some of the best characters you can get.
Yeah, I know. There's Master Chief in it as well, from what I understand.
It has, yes.
So yes, Red Dead Redemption. Highly recommend it. Again, if you've got a decent PC, like I know you have, Ross, you're going to have a great time playing.
Getting about it.
Yeah, get in that PC. Anyone else? Like I said, we've been going quite long here. Anyone else got anything they desperately want to talk about? I can see on Ross's list here, and I'm trying to avoid the question, but I feel like I'm going to have to ask it anyway. Graham first, though. Have you got anything you desperately want to tell us about on your list here?
No, it's just what else. It has been something else I've been playing. It's playing a bit more kind of VAFC and sort of losing miserably still.
All right, well, I'm gonna remember this week. Let's do it now. Get out of the way, Graham.
Yep.
Which best Paul?
Oh my god!
Have you not got any again?
No. Well, about as good as it gets was because he got upgraded. Was on the road to Champions League, Julian Brandt. He's like 89 overall, and he's not too bad a card. But I mean, it's been slim pickings. I mean, I've got Harry Kane like 3 times now, but he's not.
Nobody likes Harry Kane.
So I got that. That was Julian Brandt, so he got upgraded a little bit. So he's actually pretty good. But as far as sort of anyone sort of super, I haven't really got anyone to note. Sort of anything better than that, really. All the others have been kind of mediocre, kind of gold cards. All the special promotion ones I do get are like the worst of the promotion ones. So I think Track Fields is the latest one out, and I've got a really sort of dodgy right back foot in the Spanish league who's not great. I can't even remember.
Really
his name.
Dodgy Spanish right back.
Yeah, so he's just all they are. They're just super fast. So he's got like 96 pace, so he's like a super quick one. But it's just, I mean, he's not going to get my team. He's not going to affect my team at all.
Let's see if we can track him down. Trackstars, and he's a right back.
He's called Correa, maybe.
Correa.
No,
this must just be the best ones because he's not there. Who the fuck is Ramirez? Is a striker for Chelsea? Oh, female. I was going to say, who the fuck? When did they sign a striker called fucking Ramirez?
So he's only like sort of like 86. So he's literally one of the lesser ones in there. But he's right. Oh, that's way too small to see now.
Right back, Correa. No, are you sure he's a right back?
Yeah. Oh, I swear he was a fullback. Pretty sure it was right back.
And he played in Spain.
It might be right back and stroke centre back.
No, the only centre back that's in this promotion is at the. Oh, Berida?
No, the sixth one down. It says looks like it says Korea in the name. A bit further down there, up to the next Spanish one that goes up, 2 up from there.
Yeah.
Does that say Korea in the name?
No.
But anyway, Dragon's Dogma 2, greatest game.
Definitely not that one then. But yeah, so one of the worst track stars. I think you just got all the best ones up there. It's definitely not in the better list of that ones. And even in the one before that was a bit meh. So yeah, that's that pool that Julian Brandt is the best as it got since we've last.
Oh, Thierry Correa. Yeah, sorry, I was totally blind and missed it. Yes, he plays for Valencia. Yes, I know the person you're talking about.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one. Yeah, really good. Well done. Well, good work, Sal, on that, Paul. You've pulled off a good one.
I got someone in the promotion. That's about as good as a pulling off as it got.
I'm still waiting for a Thunderstruck Kaka to come back, but
Kaka's in there now, just not Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck might happen a bit later on.
Don't build these hopes up.
Yeah.
Forever. I might get a tattoo of Thunderstruck Kaka just because I enjoy that name so much.
I just want the Centurions Nunez. That's all I want. I can retire from FIFA if I get that.
Excuse me, EAFC, please.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Savage.
Anyway,
how uncultured I am.
While we're on the football talk, come on, Ross. You got 60 seconds. Do it.
Just getting in there.
Or not.
Getting in there just to represent. I feel like I just repeat myself on this podcast when it comes to Football Manager.
You can skip over it. It's not a problem.
It's been another season where Brighton were doing great. They were top of the league, and then they shat the bed. So I did. In fact, it was only like 13 games in. I had a 5-point lead at the top of the league. Villa have spent, and fucking couldn't believe this, the best part in in the summer transfer window and the January transfer window, over 900 million.
But yeah. Where did they get that investment from?
Well, that's what we're trying to work out. They have won the Europa League a couple of times, but even still.
Yeah, that's not quite.
No, 900 fucking million.
The prize was a multi-billion.
No, so we went and looked at the history and have they had any mogul takeovers or tycoons? Nothing in their history. So where the fuck they have got the infinite money cheat? Fuck knows. But they are
around for $1 billion.
Yeah, they are splashing the fucking cash. They are up to a £7 million a week wages, which is the highest in the Premier League, which is even trumping fucking Bristol City and Brighton. So they challenged. They went for quite a while near the top of the league, but their squad depth is starting to fall off a wee bit now that we've got into January, February. Bristol City have just won the Carabao Cup. I think it finished 3-2, 4-3. There was a goal in it. It was tight. Both teams still in the FA Cup. Both teams are struggling in the Champions League. Both of them went to Germany and lost 3-1. So that was against Munich and Leipzig. But Leipzig are the German equivalent of Aston Villa. They've just signed another player for 200 plus million. So Leipzig have got silly money in the game as well. But yeah, it does look like the title will end up at Bristol City. Again, there is one small glimmer of hope. They do still have to play Brighton at Blackrock, so home game for Brighton. And there is only 2 points in the league. So a win for Brighton at home puts them back top again. But current form and current goal scoring ability would suggest not to put money on that game.
Well, I will put my wallet away then.
Yeah, don't unless you want to put the easy money on. Well, in fairness, I think Bristol City would still get good odds because they're away from home, but I can't see a home win in that game if I'm honest. So I will continue to go on being a Brighton wanker.
Indeed, why the fuck not? Why not? Might as well keep the form and enjoy yourself and have a great time. And yeah, football. Yeah, I've got no questions. I'm sorry, I'm trying, but I've got nothing. If only he'd have all the questions for you. Although he's out watching NFL, as far as I understand this evening. What NFL is it? Is the Patriots?
Patriots are on, but we're getting beaten.
So he's not having a great time.
No, in fairness, it's close. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but by that metric, we're still fucking losing, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't matter whether it's an inch or a mile. If they're beating you, they're beating you.
The only benefit I've got of this is if we keep playing as shit as we are, I don't need to stay up as late in April to see who we draft. When we were winning, we were the 32nd pick. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. At least in this time, if we fucking get a top 5 pick, it's like midnight.
That's not so bad.
So I don't have to go stay up as late.
Not so bad. So he swings and roundabouts. Silver linings everywhere.
Always a silver lining.
Yes. Nice. Okay. Well, that's our football stuff out of the way. I'm going to cut it off, put my foot down, say that's enough of that shit because I haven't been playing football this week. And we need to talk about Dragon's Dogma 2 and why it's the best game of the year. But that's for another day. Yeah, I've got nothing else to play. Let's move on, shall we? Talk about we playing, I should say. Let's move on to the news. And the news this week has been somewhat exciting / teasing / not really much. It's a whole combobulation of things.
Yeah, it's a lot of sort of headlines, but with not a lot of substance.
Yeah. So Phil Spencer had an interview with Bloomberg with Jason Schreier over there. And sort of, it was quite a long interview. I sort of started reading it the other day, but I never actually got to the end because it goes on and on. And Bloomberg have a weird thing with their paywall where sometimes I get past it, sometimes I wouldn't. Very strange. But the gist of it is, Phil Spencer confirmed that they are working on a handheld prototype, but it's going to be years and years away.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, it's not like it's coming next year or anything.
Yeah, don't hold off buying the Steam Deck 2 or the Switch 2 because you're going to be waiting a while.
His exact quote, according to the VGC thing I got here, is he said the expectation is that we would do something in that category. And then he goes on to say again, it's not going to come anytime soon. So fucking don't be sitting there holding your money for it ready and waiting. We've talked about expert handball before. Interest here is pretty high, I think. I think we'd all be quite keen on getting one.
If they're introducing
Depends what it is, yeah.
You can play your whole catalogue, like your whole library.
Yeah.
I
think we said it needs to be native and be able to play everything, not just a selection of games.
Yeah. Like going on to something like Baldur's Gate 3, if I can just whip that away with me whenever I want to, by all means.
Yeah.
It'd be the perfect place to play Dragon's Dogma 2 as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it might not be.
So handheld is coming. Possibly they're working on it. I mean, again, he's not saying that they are going to do it, but he's saying they're looking into doing it. And as he said, the expectation is that we would do it because I think with the Steam Deck, with the Switch, and with like the ROG Ally and all that sort of stuff, more and more sort of portable consoles / hybrids consoles are becoming more and more popular. So it would be a smart addition to the Xbox consoles, not necessarily a smart replacement, but it would be a good thing to aim for. And I would be very keen on it simply because it would save me carrying around my Series S with me everywhere. I could then just take that and I wouldn't have to bother taking the console with me everywhere I go, or when I travel or what have you. So we'll see what happens with that. The next one was, sort of almost counter to what he just said in terms of, sticking with building a handheld, and they even mentioned like they're definitely going to be doing more consoles as well. But they're also going to be releasing more games on PlayStation / Switch / PC / Steam, etc. Excuse me. And again, his quote here is that there are no red lines internally when it comes to what series can end up on PS5 or whatever other console. And the quote they've pulled out here on Pure Xbox is, "I do not see sort of red lines in our portfolio that say thou must not." Quite a biblical way of saying we want to make money. But yeah, so literally he hasn't ruled out anything. So, the new Gears, the new Halo, the new, obviously Indiana Jones is going, but like Avowed is currently still Xbox only, I think. Fable.
Avowed is looking speculatively like it could be elsewhere. Yeah.
So, I mean, the chances are we're going to see more and more Xbox games everywhere, which again, as far as I'm concerned, it's no bad thing. Nope. I did want to. Where's my mask on? Happy Cloud Gamer earlier on when he was saying He agrees. He thinks Xbox going this way is very smart. They can keep buying stuff, which again was another part of this. Phil said that they're not done with acquisitions, even though they bought a load of companies and then laid a load of people off. Now they're going to
still looking for more devs.
Consider buying more studios, more teams and stuff. And yeah, as Happy Cloud says, they are the big fish. They are the big fish, that will make money, and that will hurt the competition. But that will hurt competition, which is true in a way. But I don't know if they're really at a point where, unless they literally bought Take-Two and had Grand Theft Auto 6, I don't think anyone else they could buy, which would tip the scales to be like, well, that's not fair anymore. No. Activision was probably the one, and they've done it. So I don't know.
Bought Sony.
Surely that would tip it.
How to not make a monopoly? Just buy it. Fuck it.
Or they bought Steam.
Steam.
Oh, can you imagine?
Now, the interesting thing is, I think, is something we talked about before, is that there was the rumor that they'd allow things like Steam on their Xbox. And that could open up some very interesting pathways, because then obviously you've got a huge library of games. But it would be interesting to see whether, the sales on Steam are obviously quite legendary in terms of, it's a Steam sale, everybody must come buy everything. Will that then affect Xbox Store? Will that affect the PlayStation Store? If it's all a big thing of business, which I don't understand. I don't really care for. I just want to play video games. But yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't think they could afford to buy Steam outright, but it would be interesting if they could figure out a way of working.
They couldn't afford to buy Steam.
Well, all right, maybe that's not the right way. I don't think they would be in a position to buy Steam outright. It's purely because I think Gabe Newell and that would be like, no.
Well, yes, but what Microsoft can and can't afford is a very small list.
Yeah, the can't afford was the wrong choice of words, definitely, because they could probably afford to buy the fucking moon if they wanted to. They got no limits.
Fuck having the Sphere in fucking Las Vegas. We'll just put a big Xbox branding on the fucking moon.
Does that mean the moon is now an Xbox?
I wouldn't even surprise me at this point.
Imagine cloud game, like streaming the game.
Cloud gaming on the moon.
Yeah.
Big fuck off game of Fortnite. Just.
Yeah. There was a lot of like sort of like you said, Ross, big headlines with not much behind them coming out of this interview. But they also revealed that this is an Xbox campaign, which seems to have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and I don't really understand why.
Because it's not a console. But you should be wanting to get people to buy your console.
The gist of what I've been seeing is that people are like, oh well, it's stupid. Of course, it's not an Xbox, and this is but no, the whole idea behind it, as far as I see it anyway, is to say that if you don't have to have a console to play Xbox.
Yeah.
Which is what they've been going at for fucking years with cloud gaming.
If you've got this, you have an Xbox.
Yeah, and it's typical marketing, nonsense, because it looks like your everyday average advert on a bus stop or a fucking web page banner or whatever. Just says this is an Xbox, and then they've gone a bit punny with this is an eggs box with a little picture of the eggs in a box. And this is a cat box. This is a bento box. This is an Xbox. And it's just, silly nonsense marketing. But I think it's also quite clever in terms of its simplicity. Like, you got a TV, you can play Xbox. You got a phone, you can play Xbox. You got an Xbox, you can play Xbox.
You got a PlayStation.
Literally, at this point, you got a PlayStation, you can play Xbox. You got a Switch. Maybe down the line, maybe we'll Switch 2 when it comes out next year. Or when it's revealed next year, maybe you can play it as an Xbox. Who knows? And I don't see the problem with it. Some people getting really upset, like you said, Ross, because they should be selling more consoles. But
no, they should be trying to make people play their games.
Yeah, play their games, and
wherever that may be.
And the more we get sort of fusion fingers everywhere, we obviously had MLB The Show and Death Stranding. I know not technically a PlayStation game, but come to Xbox recently. Lego Horizons coming out on Switch. Again, they've ordered Xbox for some reason, but there's more fusion fingers going on than there used to be. So we need to keep going in that direction, I think, because as we said before, put everything everywhere. I don't give a fuck what box I'm playing it on. Just give me some decent games, and I'll play them. So basically, they've had a big week, but without really having much behind it. Anyone got any thoughts on this ad campaign? Anyone? I mean,
I quite like it.
But I think it's a decent one. I don't see the problem with it.
No.
It's better than for the players, but not really.
Yeah, for the players.
For the two people that like to jerk each other off.
Exactly. Get them lads round a biscuit and jerk each other off. Right.
Round a biscuit.
Round a biscuit. If you know, you know. Anyway.
You know. Dunking galore.
Yeah. So that was the gist of the big stuff this week. We didn't talk about the Indiana Jones previews that went up. Did anybody watch them?
No.
I think it's like a half-hour demo of sort of explain the videos. Looks quite interesting. Looks like it's a bit more than just punching Nazis in the face. Some decent puzzles and some adventuring and stuff like that.
Because at the risk of getting kicked off the podcast and offending Jay, I've never seen any of the films, so...
I have, not necessarily a big fan of them, but I do like machine games. So I will be 100% playing this day one.
What else do machine games do?
The Wolfenstein recent ones. The last 2 or 3 Wolfenstein games.
Do you like Wolfenstein games?
And as well as some of the people made the original... what's it called? The thing with Vin Diesel in the film.
Riddick?
Yeah, Chronicles of Riddick, that's it. And the original The Darkness game, which was tremendous as well. So, some good pedigree, but especially the Wolfenstein game is really, really good. So we're looking forward to playing that at some point in the next few weeks. I suppose the only other main one here, I think Ross mentioned this before, Atomfall. You interested in this?
That looks so good. I cannot wait to play that.
So tell me about
Fallout in Britain.
While I whip out this trailer they released the other day, which is a release date trailer for it.
Yeah, well, remember, I think when did we see it? Was it at the summer?
Yeah, Summer Games Fest or whatever the event around E3 was.
Yeah, so it's done by the same people that do Sniper Elite. So it's going to look gorgeous because the Sniper Elite games are always looking amazing. I think when we seen it, there was like a lot of mechs walking around type idea. But like you say, nuclear disaster, as you know, pretty much every time that something like that gets mentioned, I'm nursing a semi because that's right up my street for that type of games, has left an area of Britain in tatters. Atomfall, a new survival action game, will see you explore, scavenge, craft, barter, and fight your way through beautifully recreated scenery and search for answers. So basically Fallout in England or Britain. And yeah, I think you're going to bump in, as you see in the trailer there. It's going to be almost like sort of pagan, old English type idea enemies. My only issue with it is it doesn't come out to next March.
Yep, 27th of March. GamePass Day 1 as well.
Yep,
which is exciting because it gives us more incentive to play it, as we always say. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. It sounds pretty decent. And if there's one thing we need, it's more RPGs to be playing.
You cannot get enough RPGs, even if they are 80+ hour games.
Yeah, but one set in Britain is a decent change from the usual.
I hope it's set in Britain. I don't want to be set in England.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least we get a bit of sunshine then.
It's post-apocalyptic. Nobody cares about the sun.
I couldn't think of anything better fast enough. I'm sorry.
I would like to have to deal with some irradiated snow.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no.
I'd like to throw back. What was your initial sentence? When it's post-apocalyptic world, it makes you muster a semi.
Nurse a semi.
Oh, necessary. You did hear that right.
You did hear that right, Graham. Yeah, don't worry. He's all ready for the end of the world.
Exactly.
On the apocalypse.
I had to move half-sold. Exactly. I had to move the chair out a wee bit so the desk didn't fucking pop up when I started reading about it.
Yes, we'll enjoy that at some point next March, and then Ross can tell us whether
it can't be. It can't be set in Scotland. Because it says all you do is explore, scavenge, craft, and barter. It doesn't say nothing about murder.
Or battering things.
Or batter, yeah. If you've got something that I want, tough shit.
Deep fat.
Lamped.
Rival.
Deep fried shotguns. Deep fried.
Oh yeah.
Deep fried shotties.
Damn right.
That does sound tasty. Anyway, right, let's move on.
That's how you heal yourself. It's like
Yes, I in all the power off of it.
I got myself a battered Uzi, but all it means is a bit worn out.
Exactly. How does the healing work in the game? Well, let me tell you this.
Just find the nearest deep fryer and go for it.
Battered bandages.
You're just making me hungry now. Anyway, let's move on from battered post-apocalyptic world. Let's round off the shenanigans that is Xbox Tavern, shall we?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We've got stuff coming to Game Pass.
We do.
A few weeks left of November. Still got some decent stuff coming in. Tell me all about them.
I'm going to rapid fire through the whole of November because we obviously missed a week last week and there was quite a few games that were released in that week. So rapid fire for them. So November 4th, we had Botany Manor on Xbox Game Pass. The next three are all November 5th, which was Metal Slug Tactics, StarCraft Remastered, and StarCraft 2. Yes, StarCraft, not Starfield. Go fuck yourselves. November 6th for the next ones is Go Make a Ball, Harold Halibut, The Rewinder, and Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. November 7th, we had Goat Simulator Remastered. 12th was the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, which was a big pleaser in the house because my wife likes your Crash and Spyro games, so it means if she ever decides she wants to get really angry and throw a controller through the screen, she can play some Spyro. Coming up this week, we have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on November 19th, coming to Series X and S, PC and Cloud. November 20th, as we were saying earlier, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, coming out on Series X and S, PC and Cloud. And rounding out the month on November 26th, we have Nine Souls, which is coming out on console, PC and Cloud.
Very nice. I must admit, I was looking down this list as you were reading it. I'm not a big fan of this whole edition of Game Pass Standard nonsense because of different tiers now. This game's coming out to Standard. It's already been out on Ultimate for ages, or
yes.
Not a big fan of this this nonsense here. Make it simple again.
Yeah.
Make Game Pass simple again. We need to get a hat with that on.
You need to make
a bright green hat with Make Game Pass simple again. I don't think
so catchy. Mguz.
You can have the acronym there. So I don't quite work as well.
We're just going to see fucking Jay standing in the background like us.
Yeah. They tried to take Jay out for his Mguz hat. Make Game Pass simple again.
That's why he wears his tammy so they can't see where his ears are.
They're taking the games.
They're
eating the games.
Muzkabini.
You got to do the hands as well, Jess. Like they're eating the games.
They're eating the game. Speaking of cunts. Anyway, right, we don't need to get into the bog down with that. Games that have left, we've missed the boat with that. They've all gone. So if you haven't played any of the games,
tough shit.
You missed it. So tough shit. We've got reviews over at XboxTavern.com. A few up this last week or so, last 2 weeks, I should say, since we last recorded. As I said, my Red Dead Redemption reviews up there. Phasmophobia, I think we mentioned that one last time. Life is Strange Double Exposure reviews up now. Shit the bed at the end, but it was a good game up until then. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream review. Excuse me. Empire of the Ants. You seen that one? I feel like that might be up your street there.
Empire of Ants.
Empire of the Ants. It's a real-time strategy game. But
you've intrigued me.
It's like top-down, well, not even top-down. I think like over the shoulder of one ant, but you're controlling like a whole horde. You have to fight other ant colonies and ladybugs and all sorts of stuff. But it looks stunning because
it looks lovely. Graphically, it looks beautiful.
I think I have a demo on Steam. I haven't actually tried it yet.
It's a 2000. It came out in the year 2000. The original.
I do not know that. This one came out like a week ago.
Yeah, no. There's a 2000 version because I clicked on that one and the graphics do not look good.
Well, in 2000, what do you expect?
Yeah, but when you click into the newer ones, it looks lovely. Holy shit, is that one ant against an army of fucking beetles?
Yeah, so it looks really interesting. Corey really enjoyed it. But yeah, the main initial draw, at least, is just how sort of realistic it looks. It's sort of presented like a like a BBC documentary almost. Like everything sort of zoomed in on the real fine details of the ants.
I mean, how awesome would it be if it was like David Attenborough navigating like a war type ant game?
And here they go, ripping each other to shreds.
That would be fucking awesome.
What's your next objective?
It's almost like it's almost like it's grounded from the animals' perspective and not the fucking little humans.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it looks tremendous. Like I said, Corey said he really enjoyed it. The review's up now, as I said.
I mean, we should have probably put like a notice up before we put it on for anybody who's got any sort of creepy crawly issues. We apologise.
I mean, yeah, you're not a big fan of multiple legs. You're out of luck with this one.
You are utterly fucked.
You're
and if you're offended by multiple legs, we apologise.
If you're offended by multiple legs, fucking
if you're leg challenged,
go and join in the circle with everyone else.
Although I must admit, the screen grab for the trailer for the PS5, I know it's on multiple, but how fucking intimidating does that look?
Look at that. Look at it.
That just looks like what the fuck. I mean, look at that one as well. What the fuck?
I feel like this would be a game I could possibly enjoy if I played it, but I'm not going to rush.
There's not.
Because
That's going to be one of the games where you're going to have like an arachnophobia mode, where it's just a little head that just
everything's just into a pink fluffy cow. Just
exactly. We're all good.
And then we got off topic there. Sorry, Planet Coaster 2. I reviewed that as well this week. I do like a bit of simulation park building goodness, and this is a really good one if you're into that sort of thing.
I don't think I've played one since like Theme Park World.
Yeah, I mean the original theme park was a mainstay in my house for a long time.
Yeah,
excuse me. But the problem with Planet Coaster 2 I found is obviously the UI is so detailed. Trying to do it on a controller is almost impossible to really smoothly do it. I mean you can do it; it's just fiddly. That's why laggy.
That's why I find the new Age of Empires game, and it was Pete that put me onto it. They've smashed it out of the park with the controller utilization, because obviously it's not one of these type of games where there's enough buttons on a controller, or the way that it moves is not particularly controller friendly. But the new Age of Empires have really done a good job on it.
It's really hard to get those things right and fun for a sort of controller player.
Like I said, it's
it's like Football Manager as well. Football Manager on the console's not a great experience. Like I don't think I could.
You didn't need to add on a console there. You could have just left that part out.
Rude.
But yeah, other than that, like if you can work around that, like my kids have been playing and they're quite happy to just because that's all they've ever known. But if you're at least somewhat familiar using the mouse and keyboard to play these sort of things, it can be a bit laborious. But still a great game though. It's really sort of your imagination can go wild. And then Graham's Dragon Age Valguard review as well. Yeah, up today as I said. You can go read all of them on Xbox.
Read all about it.
There'll be more coming up this week. I might have to just re-review Red Dead Redemption the amount I've been playing it to just do another one for the hell of it. But yeah, there'll be more stuff coming up this week. Some point short, I'm sure. And that I feel like we've made it. We've done yet another Xbox Tavern.
Yes, sir.
We guessed that game.
We did.
Talked about Coblops for far longer than I think any of us ever anticipated. We talk about Coblops.
Yep.
And then lots more video games and news besides. So thank you very much. If you made this far, you're a fucking hero. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m.
Blopsish.
Blopsish. And now we're going to go do some random wrestling quiz I found.
After dark. We're going to do After Dark.
Spoilers. Come and join us.